Good afternoon and good evening. So this will be a weekly forecast. So every Sunday or Monday after the Monday's trading, after we've gotten the data for Monday's trading, we will be doing weekly forecast. And at the end of the week, on Fridays and probably Saturdays, we will be doing weekly reviews, reviewing the previous week that just passed. So starting from this, this will also be coupled with a quick daily review of the price action for the day. So this is a weekly forecast. So starting from the dollar, you can see just looking at the weekly time frame, the dollar has been bearish, going for lower prices. So we are currently trading around sell side liquidity. So what is narrative currently? So as you can see, this is a mathematical sell model that is taking place. So you have this sell side liquidity, sell stops resting here, and also sell stops resting below this relatively poor lows. So and if I'm the market maker, I want to take price to a whole number, to a round figure, which is 100, because it's good for an interesting headline. So you take your fee from this liquidity pool to this liquidity pool to the low of this July 10th low of 2023. This midpoint is fair value. The equilibrium of two liquidity pools is fair value. So, and as you can see, it's around 100.098, which is about our target at the 100 figure level. So from the market maker model that we can identify currently here, so we had this smart money reversal here, where price dropped lower. So we had this first stage distribution, price trading up inside of this fair value gap. This is the 2022 model, price breaking a an important swing low, trading back up into a fair value gap, then drop lower, leaving a bookery gap here on the weekly time frame and drop lower. So we're interested in price trading inside of this weekly fair value gap and dropping lower, which it did here. So we are currently executing a we are on the dollar, we are currently executing a market maker sell model, the second stage distribution. So the program being executed currently now is the second stage distribution of the market maker sell model. So going into the daily time frame, so on the daily we have this imbalance here, this CB. So price shows inside of this CB, we are riding in price inside of this daily CB. So this here is a daily CB. So price came to this rejection block, which is inside of this daily CB. The eye of this candle, the close of this candle or this body's candle, the highest bodies of a swing point, draw that out in time. That is a rejection block. And as you can see, price reacted from that rejection block and rejected to the downside, aiming drawing towards sell side liquidity. So this is our draw on liquidity for the week. We're expecting lower prices for the dollar. So it can meander around and drop back. But I would want to see one-sidedness in the dollar, because for the weekly, for the ES, for the indices, I'm expecting high prices. So on the 1 hour, we have a factor nature of the market maker sell model we identified from the higher time frames. So where buy side, we should always view our annotation when studying. So where we have buy side liquidity, And below here, we have sell side liquidity. First thing just under this place here. Sell side liquidity. So this is mathematical sell model here. We have price drop lower here. The other block here, this is the first stage distribution in price, which coincides with this inversion fair value gap. This BC here, this 1 hour BC from Wednesday's trading last week was inverted here. So price trades inside of it here, inside of this bearish order block here, and drop lower, and once again down up into it on Thursday's trading, and then drop lower. Then this is the first, that means this is the first stage distribution, and then you have this set of imbalance here. So if you take your fee from this low, from that high to this low here, so here is your imbalance for the second stage distribution. So you have this rally higher here, this is an intermediate high, which will balance this imbalance. So price drop lower, then came back from this rejection block here, which is at this intermediate high, the price drop lower. So this is the second stage distribution. So we're expecting probably a choppy price action for the first half of the week. We have FMC on Wednesday's trading. So I would like to see us trade below this 100 level. So I'd like to see us trade below this lows as we go into the week for the dollar. So that's it. So let's check the ES. And on this channel, currently we are working with the US 500. So on the US 500, we've been trading inside of this fair value gap here, this BC, in the weekly time frame within the past 2 weeks. So to indicate the weekly BCI and also to indicate the low of the BC. And find the constant encroachment on your chart. So go into your chart and look for the constant encroachment for this of this CB. So a constant encroachment is the weak point of an imbalance. So whether a weak imbalance or a CB or a fair value gap imbalance. So this down close candle, this up close candle here, this long week, the market sees long weeks as imbalances. So we indicate the midpoint of that week. So this right here is the midpoint of this premium week. Currently, it's a discount week because it is below market price. So we call this a weekly discount. Mm, mm, So, so going into so we have this clean highs here, this clean highs here, and this highs here. So here we have buy side liquidity is resting buy stops here, and because I'm expecting lower prices for the dollar, hence higher prices for this week's trading. We might not get to this high or above the high, but we should be trading higher because of the narrative for the dollar. So going to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, last week's trading was The last week trading, Monday made the low of the week and price kept on running higher. This is an indication of a bullish of a buy program being executed by the algorithm. So when a buy program is being executed on a higher time frame, meaning you are expecting higher prices. And when you're expecting higher prices, you are interested in going for the highs, for the previous day's highs. So each time price will trade below the opening prices most times. That is an ideal situation. Then you withdraw liquidity will be high, will be the previous day's highs. Like you did here, you did here, this took out this highs here, preventing these buyers from profiting. Then Wednesday is made it slow and price kept on doing its thing, taking out previous day's highs. So because today is Monday, Monday's trading, Monday is generally a day where sentiment is being built by the market going into the week. So during Monday's trading, most of the times I personally do not trade. So you have to make your own decision for that. It's better to start your trading week on Tuesday. But when you have high impact news like FOMC on Wednesday or something like CPI, then you can trade Mondays. But that's by the way, as you study more, then you understand more. So we rally higher inside of this CB. So you have this CB here, and because you're expecting higher prices, you are going to treat this CB now as you want to see this CB being inverted. You don't want to see this CB act as a resistance. You want to see it act as resistance broken, don't support. So you have to let's mark out the midpoint of it also. So the midpoint is of interest because price would not like to go straight up for this highs, for this liquidity resting here. It needs to engineer more buy side liquidity above here, make the uniform think we are going lower. So if it is to do that, I would want us to use this midpoint of this week, of this CBN. I would want us to use it as an inversion level. How do I make this stick? Now, yeah, let's continue. We get the point. So here we have previous days highs, which is Friday's trading. Friday is the previous days of Monday's trading. So here call this previous daily high. So that is our draw on liquidity going into this week. Short term draw, long term draw on liquidity. So on the 1 hour time frame, so we have this where Sunday's opening price. This is of importance for the narrative I'm about to explain for today's training. So we'll do a quick daily review for today's training. So this is a two-in-one combination video. So we indicate this as Sunday's opening price. When you are, if you are to sell, it is the best sales from above Sunday's opening price. The best buy is from below Sunday's opening price. So that's how it is. So so here we have the Sunday's opening price. So you see, this is typical price action for Monday's trading, leaving highs like this and also leaving lows like this to generate sentiment for Tuesday's trading and trading going into the rest of the week. This is a typical price action for Monday's trading. The so I would be expecting higher prices going into the week for US 500, which is the ES. So for the daily time frame price action. So we participated in the morning session. So we'll be only reviewing the New York session. Most times the New York morning session, and sometimes we'll be reviewing the PM session, but almost never for the London session. So going into the intraday trading for today's trading, we have midnight opening price here. So every time you approach your chart, you should first of all indicate where midnight is, because midnight is a true opening price. That is New York midnight. You want to calibrate your trading view to be at midnight, New York time, to be at New York time, so that you can be on the same understanding when talking about time. Because when I say 2 a.m., I mean 2 a.m. New York time. I do not mean 2 a.m. in your country. I don't make the rules. That's how the algorithm is built. At so set your trading view. When you come to your bottom right of the trading view, you toggle it to New York session. Just leave it here so that when it's daylight savings or daylight savings off, some stuff like that, it will just automatically reflect your charts. So now imagine all of this price action from the equities open hasn't taken place. So where this lows, this relative equal lows here, and also this low. Well, we are more interested in this lows because there is an obvious pool of liquidity below this low here. Let's take this off. You know what this is. So let's take this off to make the transaction clear. So we went for sell side liquidity, resting below here, doing 5 days trading, the previous session's trading, which is 5 days PM session. So here is sell side liquidity where sell stops are resting. So all of these videos that I'm going to release here on this channel are straight and direct. If it's around or a psychological video, something to do with trade psychology, it will be indicated beforehand. You are in this channel to learn the technicals of trading. Everything I say here, it's my own experience. So you have to go into the chat and experience it by yourself. Then you get your journal and write down your experience, which you witness from the market by yourself. So that's it. So we will indicate sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity. This relative equal highs. So we have relative equal lows and relative equal highs. Yeah. So because it is Monday's trading, when trading Monday, you basically pocket your buyers. You pocket your higher time frame buyers and come to the market with a fresh mind, expecting, because you are bullish on the higher time frame, you can still be a seller on the lower time frame. You can buy and you can trade both ways on the lower time frames, especially during Monday's trading. So because we have the sell side liquidity here, and 930's open trade below this sell side liquidity. With the equities open, traders will come into the market and be picking their directions. They'll be picking to sell, or buy at this equity open. The algorithm knows this. So what it does is it's, it tries to neutralize both sides of the market. So to make so that nobody can profit from it. That means when I say nobody, I mean the uniform that does not know the inner workings of the algorithm. So when after 930, price rally higher here to this highs here, which is so you have buy stops lesson above here. Buy stops is still the same thing as buy side liquidity. As sell stops is still the same thing as sales and liquidity. So here we had buy stops. So when buy stops was rated here, when buy stops were rated here, price started meandering around for 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. You want to wait. During this time, the market is creating sentiment. It is creating sentiment. So because the manipulation phase typically takes place within the first 30 minutes of after the equity is open. That is when the manipulation phase typically takes place. That is the jitters. So when the jitters has taken place, you have the distribution phase from the video of power of play, from teachings about power of play. So you have accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. So accumulation takes place at the open and after the open. So we also want to indicate the 8:30 opening time because that is when the when trading starts for the equities market. I don't mean the equities open. 8:30 is a significant opening price for the algorithm in relation to indices. So we have the 8:30 opening price. So because when we rally higher here, we are now currently at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock now, we are above midnight opening price and above the 8:30 opening price. This is your first two confirmations that price is in an expensive place. So when you have when you have this first candle and the second candle, when you are waiting for this to be indicative of a swing point. So a swing point is characterized by three candles. The higher candle, then you have two lower candles by the size of it. So when this higher candle was created here, you wait. At 9:45, you wait. At 10 o'clock, you want to see if this high will be penetrated, will be traded through. If this high is traded through, it means we'll be interested in this previous daily high. But because the candles close failed to trade above this high, so this is now a swing point. Is now an important swing point. So at swing levels like this, you have smart money reversal taking place. So you drop down to the lower time frames. So you drop down to the lower time frames, looking for an imbalance that will be created during this when after this candle closes. You are going to market to look for any form of imbalance that will be created on the expansion leg lower. So jumping to the lower time frames, if you are within these three phases of market cycle, which is the accumulation, the manipulation, and the distribution, you want to understand where your model works better. Thank you so much. Let's finish this right now because this video is getting longer than I would want it to. So let us finish this review. When this at 10 o'clock, because it's failed to come above this high, price drop lower. We want to see this imbalance fail to hold price, to support price, to go higher. So when you did that here, lower here, because you are waiting, when you have manipulations like this, especially on Monday trading, you need to wait after the first 30 minutes from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. You have to also wait for the market to give you more insight, more data sets to so that you can engage. So you wait for within the first at least 15 to 30 minutes after 10 o'clock because typically generally we have news embargo at 10 o'clock. So when I took out these buy stops here, we have this central liquidity, this sell stops here. So this is our target. So we sell stops here. This is our target now because when price opened here at 9:30 and make this low, the initial buyers, the impulsive buyers that bought here, they will have changed their stop loss. They will place their stop loss here or somewhere below because most times they do not know how to place stop loss. So they place it directly here or just below it. So we are not interested in their liquidity, their pool of liquidity. So because I'm interested in this their pool of liquidity to use to pay this buy stop liquidity here because we have to pair buy stop with sell stop order to have a balanced price and efficient price delivery. For the market to be efficiently deliver, it needs to handshake buy stops with sell stop order. So back to it. So from the let's go to 1 minute time. So from the 1 minute time frame, here is now see as you can see from the dollar, the I showed you a mathematical model. So a mathematical model is not a dogmatic model. There's different ways and styles it forms. So the more you practice it, the more you understand what goes on inside of a mathematical model. So here we have this initial consolidation. So after price consolidated here and traded lower low. So the have price leave this imbalance here first. So this imbalance was left in price here, which is coupled with this other block here. So price shows rallies higher here at 10.22, rallies higher here, and then dropped lower. When we do this like this, when price drops lower like this, because as you can see, we are currently above Sunday's opening price, above midnight opening price, and also above 8 opening price. You see the conferences aligning itself, how the conferences are stacked with one another. So you see, so that's why we have price action like this. So price drop lower, left this set of imbalances here. So we are and we are here to trade to this slow, to this set steps here, which are resting below this here. So when price drop lower here, it left an imbalance here. This is a fair value graph. So we don't want to see price trade above Sunday's opening price again within this morning session, within your session. So you do not want to see, I do not want to see price trade above Sunday's opening price. So entry at the midpoint of this imbalance or at the high of the imbalance or at the low of the imbalance, whichever suits your temperament. Your stop loss above this above the candle that created this imbalance here because the having sees this imbalance and this imbalance as one set of imbalance. So we want to create allowances for price to trade inside of this imbalance. Don't worry about this. This is a good gap. We don't want to see this field. So when price trades inside of it, it drop lower. Left leaving this other block here, price may end around trades inside of the fair value gap here and also inside of this other block, then give one more trade opportunity for lower prices here, then I drop lower. Yeah. So that's the business for it. So I hope you got something from this video. Like I said earlier, every Mondays there will be new video release for a weekly forecast, and on Fridays there will be weekly review. And through the week there will be daily review that will be uploaded daily. So thanks for watching and good luck, good trading.